AEW had many ups and downs in 2022. In May, CM Punk has a Wrestling World Champion again for the first time in 11 years. By September, he was suspended from the company after winning his second world title. Omega missed action for most of the year due to injury and returned, only to eventually also get suspended in September. MJF also disappeared and returned in 2022. It was a year full of emotional highs and lows. This will likely set up another year of full big changes. AEW has done a good job of surprising audiences, and this list will give 10 bold predictions for AEW in 2023. Number 10, Jeff Hardy arrives. His arrival to AEW was a fairly well kept secret. He left WWE in 2021 due to issues outside the ring and debuted in March 22. By June, Jeff was suspended from the company for DUI. Although some fans want Hardy to retire from wrestling to avoid exacerbating any personal issues he has, it seems unlikely Hardy will end his illustrious career on such a low note. In 2023, I hope Jeff Hardy will return to AEW and write his last chapter in wrestling, hopefully under his terms, in a better frame of mind, really. Number 9, FTR leave the company. It's been one of the most consistent acts on TV, not to mention Wilder and Howard have also defended tag team titles across multiple companies. It's not hard to tell the pair are not content with their place in the company. In all honesty, it seems like moving back to WWE could be the best move for the pair since they've accomplished everything in AEW. Their contracts are up in 2023, unless there's a big turn of events, maybe challenging the Acclaim for the titles at a pay-per-view or something like that. It does seem unlikely that they'll stay there. But moving on then to number 8, and that is Kazuchika Okada versus Bryan Danielson at Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door was one of the best ideas in AEW history, you'd have to say. The clash of New Japan and AEW was a perfect brand for dream matches. In 2022, Danielson was not medically cleared to compete and had Castagnoli wrestling in his place. Fans have been clamouring for Okada to battle Danielson, and Forbidden Door will likely not miss out on the opportunity. Danielson joined AEW to put on a stellar dream match to Okada at Forbidden Door. I think everybody thinks will be the perfect opportunity for that. Moving on then to number 7, and that's MJF re-signs a long-term deal with AEW. AEW has already started leaning into the storyline of MJF preparing for the bidding war of 2024 between them and WWE. His contract with the company ends that year, of course, but although he may seem to have leverage for a big WWE contract, many deals at AEW and WWE will complicate MJF's journey. In 2024, stars the Young Bucks, Will Ospreay and Seth Rollins are among the stars who will be a free agent if they don't sign extensions this year, of course. It seems like the MJF will sign an extension in 2024 really to avoid the insane bidding wars of 2024. Moving on then to number 6, and that's Will Ospreay returns to AEW. He made a huge splash on TV in 2022. His matches were not only high profile, but he also teased in 2023 match against Omega at New Japan. Will Ospreay is undoubtedly going to make his return, more than likely in Build-Up to Forbidden Door, but hopefully a bit more often than that, because he's just bloody great, isn't he? And yeah, he'll be a solid addition to the company, no doubt about that. And I'm sure he won't disappoint, much like he did in 2022. And yeah, number 5 is Swerve Strickland becomes a top heel. His pairing with Keith Lee in 2022 was an idea no fan understood. Aside from both being former WWE wrestlers, the two didn't have too much in common. Despite the lack of commentary, they won the tag team titles. They were even booed as champions against Acclaim due to the lack of chemistry as babyfaces. Swerve's famous flipped off the camera in the match, and it's clear he had the potential to be a great heel. 2023 we'll see Swerve use his skills to play a top heel with his new stable, involving Parker Boudreaux and the Tattooed Man. And yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. But moving on into number 4, and that's Daniel Bryan will become AEW World Champion. Sorry, Bryan Danielson. He's already said his current AEW contract will be his last in full-time wrestling. 2023 will be the last full year of that contract. It seems unlikely Danielson will go the whole year without winning the AEW Championship. He's one of the best wrestlers and draws in the company. In 2023, we'll surely see Danielson claim the top prize in AEW. Because yeah, let's face it, he's had some bang matches in AEW, and yeah, he definitely deserves it. So fingers crossed that is indeed what happens. Number 3 is Hijo Del Vikingo makes his AEW debut. He's such a huge wrestling star outside of the US, and the word of him obtaining a work visa was considered newsworthy on its own. Although it seems he will have the chance to compete anywhere in the US as a wrestler, he'd be a perfect fit in this promotion. There are a ton of dream matches to be had between him and the active roster. In 2023, he will likely make his debut, raising his profile even higher in the world of pro wrestling, especially in the States, when more and more fans will get to see how bloody great he is. Number 2 is Jade Cargill's winning streak will come to an end. She's been a dominant force in the women's division. Despite the very polarising talent on the roster, Cargill has held steady as a heel. Her promos grew try-way, but she plays the part well. She's rarely mentioned the women's championship since she's held the TBS title for practically her entire AEW career. In 2023, her undefeated streak will likely come to an end in storyline, which sees her pursue the world title, but it seems unlikely that she won't finish the year without being women's champion, given the style that she's coming across right now on AEW TV. But moving on into number one, of course the most controversial of the lot, and that is CM Punk returns to AEW, and yeah, it's one of the biggest questions on the fan of every AEW fan, I think. Many have speculated that he's seeking a buyout from the company, while others say shots that the Elite took at him on Dynamite are a clear indicator of his return. At this point, if AEW wanted to fire CM Punk, it's more than likely he would be gone. There's clearly hope for Tony Khan to put the pieces together and help relaunch Punk into the company. Maybe Omega v Punk, of course it's a screen match, but maybe it won't happen. Maybe they just won't work together. But yeah, still, I'd just love to see them back in there. And yeah, no businessman of Tony Khan's culture would like his biggest star to go away like that. He's put way too much into both wrestlers to allow the show go on without one or maybe even both of them, if one of them leaves in 2024, go. So yeah, please AEW, make it happen. We want CM Punk back in the promotion. Anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. To like, share, subscribe, here's what's comments down below. Follow us and show for daily wrestling news and subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.